Hi neighbors, welcome to the April 2023 How's the Market update with Mr. Rogers. Appreciate you all listening in. Let's jump right into what's happening here in Birmingham and in Homewood. If you were looking for a house April of last year, right now is a completely different market. If you bought a house, awesome. If you stepped out of the search, you should definitely take a look at what's going on in Birmingham. We're in a very different environment. So we currently have 596 homes listed for sale in the city of Birmingham, single family homes. That's 62% more than we did this month last year. We also have the median days on market has more than doubled. April of 2022, 5 days on market was the median, and right now we're at 13. So houses are sitting on the market a little bit longer than they were last year. And when it comes to sales price, homes are selling for just under 99% of the list price on average. And we have an average sales price in the city of Birmingham of $280,575. That is a 1% decrease in average sales price from the same month last year. So that's the first time in a while that we've seen a negative price growth year over year. Definitely noteworthy because we've usually seen around 10% price growth every month. And then lastly, we have 2.76 months of inventory here in Birmingham. So we really have been hovering right around that 3 month of inventory mark because and it seems like we've tried to go past it. And again, that's going to take us more to a balanced market away from such a strong seller's market. So even though we have 62% more homes on the market than we did this time last year, we really can't break past about 3 months of inventory in the city of Birmingham. And my feel is that, every time that the market kind of begins to approach more of a balanced or a buyer's market, all of this pent up buyer demand from years and years of just insane competition, crazy low interest rates, and insane bidding wars, all of that pent up buyer demand slowly comes back into the market the more the market balances out. So that keeps us at a really tight, balanced, semi-seller's market. So that's what we're seeing here in Birmingham. City of Homewood is a different story, and that's the same with Mountain Brook, with the nicer parts of Vestavia. We have a different story. We do have 30% more listings on the market this month than we did the same month last year. 30 houses for sale, single family houses for sale in the city of Homewood. But the median days on market is almost exactly the same, just 1 day apart. We have 4 days on market is the median from the time we go active to the time a home goes under contract. So Homewood remains a very fast moving market. The average sales price this past month was 101.7% of the average list price. So we're definitely still seeing, we're really seeing a resurgence of really competitive multiple offer situations in Homewood. And on average, houses selling well over list price most of the time. Now, we do have negative year over year price growth. $514,000 was the average sales price in the city of Homewood this past year. That's down 8% from the same month last year. We've seen a negative number a couple months now this year. So that's worth keeping an eye on. And the average sales price per square foot is also down about 5% from the same month last year. So that kind of wraps up. City of Homewood, we have 1.8 months of inventory. So again, just a very fast pace, very competitive market. And so overall, this Birmingham and Homewood market, it changes almost on a monthly basis. So that's what's going on locally. Now, if we zoom out to the big picture of the real estate market, if you remember middle of last year, 2022, there was a whole lot of really strong opinion about what was about to go down in the real estate market. There was a lot of leading analysts who were saying we are about to see a huge correction in our real estate market, if not a crash. And we have plenty of noteworthy headlines calling for upwards of 15 to 20% price decreases. Now, that was middle of last year. So looking January year-over-year appreciation in the top 20 cities in the US, we are seeing an overwhelming majority of them actually experience positive price growth. There are a handful of Western Pacific markets that did have negative price growth year over year. But on average, the US national is 3.8% price growth. So a completely different story we're seeing. Year over year price appreciation, January by region, you can see that in the Pacific markets, it was completely flat. And as you go transition over towards the South Atlantic markets, we're seeing as high as 9.6% price growth, price appreciation year over year, with a national average of 5.3%. So that's what the national real estate market has done year over year, despite what the leading analysts were calling for. So just remember that and come back and take a look at what has actually happened since then. Now, how much have prices fallen from the peak? We have a lot of people saying that prices are going to be plummeting, upwards of 20% decrease in prices. Moody's Analytics has said we've had negative 2%, Freddie Mac 2.5%, and Black Knight negative 2.6%. So from the peak in June of 2022, that is what we've seen, and it is a far, far different story than a 20% decrease in prices. So it should put you at ease to know that we're still in a very stable real estate market nationally. Now, this last slide is a great one just to understand how things feel, because the story remains as 2022, the story was interest rates, and in January that has very much still continued to define buyer demand. And you can see that we, at the beginning of March, we had just gone over 7%. Now, as we go back down towards 6.5% on average nationally, we're getting back into really good buyer demand for the market. And that kind of calls back to what's happening here in Birmingham, that the more things become normal in the 6% interest range, the more buyers come back to the market. They see, almost twice as many homes listed for sale as they did when they were looking last year, and that keeps upward pressure on prices. It's simply supply and demand. It always will be. So I hope that's helpful insight. If you have any questions about your local neighborhood, any questions about the market here in Birmingham, please let me know. I'd be happy to chat with you. Appreciate y'all tuning in this month, and we'll talk again soon.